Hi guys! So, I did not do a Mystic Mondays weekly tarot forecast because I was just feeling wiped out. It was super busy last week. This week is pretty busy too with clients and sessions and holiday stuff. So I gave myself the day off and I encourage you to do the same. I love coffee. So, we have the solstice, winter solstice, if you're in the northern hemisphere, coming up on Saturday. And it will be the day of the longest night. But after solstice, the days start to get shorter. Imperceptibly at first, because it will still be very dark. But they do start to get shorter and shorter as we get more hours of daylight. And so solstice is a time where we kind of go into that darkness. We're heading into winter where it's cold and it's still, and we're being asked to become more internal, to slow down, to reflect. We're about to wrap up a whole decade and we have some potent astrology in the year ahead. It's already been a lot, right? But whew, it's literally world-changing astrology. Hi, Tommy. Hi, Roxy. Yeah, day off, girl. That was me. Oh, magical being. You're magical too. All of us. We're going to celebrate our magical selves. And so solstice is a time to do that, actually. We turn within, but we find that light within us when it's cold and dark out. And a lot of people on solstice, one of the traditions is that you keep a fire burning, the Yule log. You light the fire to prepare for the return of the light, and to also remind yourself that even in the longest night, we can still radiate light. We can still make our own light. So I wanted to do, instead of a tarot forecast for the whole week, I wanted to do a little tarot card pull just for solstice, and for what we can, what energies we can invite in and we can be aware of during this solstice, which is the last of the decade of the teens. We're heading into I'm calling them the transformative 20s, because it really, it's going to be some massive transformations taking place. So, alrighty, let's see what the cards say. Do. Feeling some funky energy. I've been having little dance parties. Really into the dancing and the music lately. Okay, I think they're ready. They're very active right now. La 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 la. I hear all these energies dropping in. Who all is watching? Y'all got some people with you. La 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 la. There's a lot. There's a lot of them. There's a party happening around here. I'm ready for the lights to start flickering. Okay. All right, here we go. Are they ready yet? Oh my gosh, they're just going. We're having a dance party in the subtle realms of energy, and the elementals are showing up. We got all kinds of beings. Okay, all right, y'all. Okay, we're gonna pull them. 1, 2, 3. Whoa! Holy moly! Also, I'm clearing stuff. Y'all, this reading, you can't even see it yet, but here we go. I'm just gonna show you all 3 cards first so you can see what I'm seeing, and then we'll talk about them. So our first card is 9 of Swords. Gnarly 9, the Nightmare card. Then we have Death. Yes, I love me some death. And then we have the Devil. I love the Devil in this deck so much. The Devil, it's just foxy. Okay, what does all this mean? Especially as we move into solstice time. The 9 of Swords, you see her, she's curled up, she's got all these swords pointed at her head. It is a card of facing the gnarliest, darkest stuff. All of those thoughts that tell us we are not enough, that things are too much. All of the swords deal with the mind, right? The intellect. So it's less, not that it can't trigger emotions and be emotional, but it's more those like thought loops that we get in when our thoughts and the voices in our head become really loud. And we're being asked to really take some time to confront them. And one of the things I love to do is like literally get it out of your head, get it out of your system, symbolically and actually by writing it down and then burning it, letting it go, okay? So like taking some time to just get all of those doubts, insecurities, everything that you are ready to release that you do not need as you move into this transformative new decade where you're really able to create at a whole new level. You have new resources at your disposal. You have the wisdom that you have gained and the community you have built over this past decade. And so what is still holding you back? It's time to become even more aware of it, conscious of it, invite it to come out. Don't just like silence it because it won't go away, okay? It's still gonna be there and it's gonna surface when you're at your most vulnerable. So we confront it, we get it out of ourselves and we burn it. Do that. Then comes death, the transformation. This is the deep letting go. This is when we do get into the emotions and really that energy of what is no more. This is no more. This is gone. This is something I will not come back to. And it changes who we are, and we need to make time and space for that, for a bidding farewell, for a mourning, for a grieving what won't be. The things, every time we focus our energy on creating something, there is a cost to that, right? There's something else our energy isn't going to. There's something else that we need to say goodbye to. And it's not always an easy choice. In fact, with the things that matter the most to us, there's rarely an easy choice because there is so much that's possible. There's things that aren't in our control as well, right? There's things that were taken away from us. I'm getting senses of the deeper experiences of loss and betrayal that we have survived and moved through, but it doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. Right? And there's something about being able to walk with that pain and walk with that loss that is an initiation of sorts for the soul. I don't know how many of you have read The Wild Edge of Sorrow, but it is a beautiful book that talks about the necessity of really moving into and with deep grief. As part of our overall like growth as humans and as spiritual beings. And so this death card is saying, hey, you gotta walk this path. There are no shortcuts here. There's no shortcuts. So let's really move into what we are letting go of and what died in our lives over this past decade. All right? And then here comes the devil. All right, now I love how this is a path. Here, okay, I always look at the patterns, right? Here she's actually perched over a valley almost. And she's kind of stuck. She's kind of held there by all these swords, right? So we go into the swords, then we walk the path, the death path, okay? Maybe it's a river. Kind of looks like a river, actually. I think it's a river. And then we begin the climb into our shadow, into our desire. That is what the devil invites us to. It's saying, don't repress any part of you. Nothing that you truly long for, nothing that you crave, no part of you is a mistake or is wrong. We just have to learn how to navigate our desires and how we really claim all the parts of us and know when to invite each part, how to integrate it all, and when each part of us is useful. You might have a powerful temper, And it's not always going to be appropriate to just fly off the handle, but there are times that temper is useful. There are times it produces change. There are times it needs to be expressed. And so learning all about the parts of you that you've tried to kind of tame or suppress, and instead of suppressing them or quieting them or trying to lessen them, you learn how to integrate them and where and how they can serve you in service of what you're most wanting. Because one big thing of the Devil card is going into something that you are wanting that you haven't given yourself permission to have, to ask for, or to explore. So as we move into this new decade and as we take time for ourselves this solstice, with the fires burning, we use that fire to release what is no longer. But we can also use the fire to spark within us something we're truly wanting. And so what is that for you? I don't know, but you can find that out. And it is a journey, right? I have found, and it might not be true for everyone, but I have found that the things we most want are kind of deep within us. And so you start by moving towards what you think you want, and then you get it, or you come close to having it, and then you realize that's not exactly what I'm wanting. There's something more. Because literally we are creating a new world, a new paradigm. And so there's things we are wanting that we don't even know are possible, that we have not been shown, that no one else has like kind of paved a way for. And so the only way to find those things is to follow your own heart, to follow your own desire, to follow your own sense of this feels right for me. This feels good for me. And you might end up really surprising yourself. I know I have. In terms of what I'm wanting and what is actually possible for my life. The life I'm living today, I could not have described or put on a vision board 10 years ago. It wasn't possible because it didn't even exist in my frame of reference. The type of work I'm doing now, the people that are in my life now, the types of relationships I'm having, everything about my life pretty much is not what I would have known to ask for. And it required me just being really open to accepting who I am and what I want and what feels best for me, even when other people are like, well, I don't think you can do that. I don't think you can have that. I don't think that's possible. My life is an impossibility, and so is yours. It's a miracle. It's magical. You can create whatever you want. So what do you want? And it's great to make vision boards. I love doing vision boards, but know that that's just a beginning. It's not also the end. So take some time. And if you don't fully move through that letting go, there's not space for that deeper stuff. Like, you have to move through the stuff you're releasing, and you have to move into the pain that people don't want to feel. And once you go into there, your heart opens more. Your capacity to grieve really is equal to your capacity to love. Your capacity to feel sorrow matches your capacity to experience joy. And so honor that. Give yourself more space. Give yourself more depth. Go there. And then even more of what is impossible becomes your life. All right? This was such a good reading. I'm going to hold the cards up one more time. My little table. We used it at an event I was doing, and I don't have it, so I'm on the floor today. Bum, bum, bum. This card, facing the nightmares, the doubts, the insecurities, the gnarliness, the letting go, the grieving, the release. And then, the sexy devil. Get your sexy devil. Find her, claim her, be her. Yay. Happy solstice on Saturday. Mwah! I love y'all. I love y'all so much. I'll post a picture of these cards too. I forgot to do that. Sometimes I forget. Okay, I have to go. I have a lot of work today, but I'm wishing you all a lovely day. Goodbye. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. Bye.